I've got my video loaded in Camtasia, and now I need to do some of that post-production so that I flip this thing from left to right, I colorize it so it looks a little bit nicer when we're looking at it, and if I need to fix any audio, I can do that in here. The first thing I want to do is crop this image so that I get rid of my board, the top and bottom of that. So click on the crop, and then I can adjust my size there, and that looks good. Now I'm going to come over here to my visual effects, and I'm going to mirror it. So I'm going to flip it on the y-axis 180 degrees. And now that's very much more readable. And the last thing I'm going to do in the visual effects is I'm going to colorize it. With Camtasia, I can just drag that effect here, and then it lets me play with that color. I don't want to add green, I want to add black. Now 100% black is going to be a lot. Now you'll see how much sharper that looks, and it does look pretty good, but it'll also wash me out when I'm in there. And so usually I put this somewhere between 50 and 70%, and you can see some wrinkles in the backdrop, but that's really not going to be a big deal. Now I started this video with this stuff already on the board, and that allowed my camera to focus on it, but I'm going to erase this, and if I drag the playhead along, you can see that's me erasing, so I can actually start my lesson over. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all that information, that stuff. I don't need that, and so I can snip that out. And from here, it's really just a matter of editing out any mistakes you might have caught in your video. If you want to add callouts or something to that, Camtasia can do that for you. But you can see this looks pretty good. Now I was telling you if I extra colorize it, then I get washed out. So 100% I look pretty dark. If I go too light, then the backdrop is pretty obvious. And so I find that I like it somewhere in here. I'm not too washed out, and I'll be able to see the writing on the board pretty well.